Hi, I'm Pete Gallivan. This week on News to Celebrate, there's plenty of good news across Western New York and beyond. The Buffalo Sabres hit the 100-point mark and are making a strong push toward the playoffs. We're also highlighting local ties to the Artemis II mission, putting Western New York on the map in space exploration. And back here at home, Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld are welcoming a brand new member of Bills Mafia.
And more exciting Buffalo sports news to share tonight. The newest member of Bills Mafia has arrived. Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld have announced the birth of their baby girl. Steinfeld shared the news this morning on her Bose Society newsletter. The post was short and sweet, reading, quote, "Our baby girl has arrived. We're feeling incredibly grateful and blessed and savoring these early moments. Thank you so much for the love and well wishes." And perhaps Josh and Haley's little one will be enjoying bowls of MVP puffs for breakfast. Today, leaders from Wegmans and the Buffalo Bills stopped by Golisano Children's Hospital of Buffalo to make a big donation. $75,000 was raised through the sale of the charity cereal last football season. It will all benefit the hospital's Patricia Allen Fund.
This cereal was such a fun way to celebrate community, leadership, and determination. Of course, these are qualities that Josh Allen represents both on and off the field. What made it really, truly special, though, was how fans and families turned that excitement into impact. With every box that was purchased, our community helped to transform pride into real support for children and families when they need it most.
Well, the president of the hospital also gave a shout out to Josh for his continued support, even though he could not be there today.
Building a colony on the moon is closer than ever for these students at Frontier High School.
Hygiene room, an airlock with all the necessary tools in there.
Who beyond the cardboard and coding were selected to pitch their ideas to NASA at its National Hunch Competition.
It's really cool to have a voice in these new missions and new accomplishments.
It's a program that challenges high school students to create new hardware for NASA. And with new missions on the horizon, advisor Mike Delmont says
Artemis has really changed the direction of the program.
It's definitely inspiring because all the work that gets put into going to space, traveling the moon, that's very impressive that they're doing that. So it pushes us more.
The mission's fueling new excitement for space travel. The teams each tasked with their own mission, like designing a lunar base that monitors an astronaut's mental health.
It'll detect sad, and then we'll change the lighting color to a more happy, or just something that'll negate the negative feelings.
Or developing a space travel super vitamin to reduce the damage of radiation on astronauts.
We looked at systems that were going up in the Artemis mission. So there is something called the Avatar, which is an organ chip. And what it does is it simulates human tissues and the human body's reaction to a microgravity environment.
And even exploring how to extend the shelf life of medications in space.
I'm really excited to see what other people did with this because I can't even imagine, because I spent so much time trying to come up with my idea.
The opportunity and energy not lost on these young ladies, who are also excited to see the first woman aboard Artemis II travel around the moon.
I think without NASA Hunch, this is something that I never would have been able to look at. And I think especially with Artemis II going up, it's just such a cool experience to be able to look at what they're doing and be hey, I can do that.
A new generation and new possibilities with the outer reaches of space as their new limit. On your side in Hamburg, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.
The clock is operating. We're underway.
A lot of people don't necessarily know that, right? We've been supporting the testing here in Western New York since the dawn of the space era.
Even going back to the 1950s and then the 60s, when humans first went into space, massive wind tunnels like these, now powered by shock energy at Kubrick, the Calspan UB Research Center just off Genesee Street in Cheektowaga, have been used to test spacecraft with precision metal models like this one of the space shuttle, and including this 9-foot scale model of the SLS, or Space Launch System rocket vehicle for the Artemis mission that Kubrick used to check airflow and rocket engine heat levels for NASA for several years, starting back in 2013.
We were firing rocket motors at 3,000 psi and and 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit to simulate the rocket motors, and that just very intense conditions, and make sure that the data coming off there is calibrated data so that NASA can use that directly to update their designs. It's an awesome responsibility that we all have. It's a huge team, right? And we have one tiny aspect of the whole thing. We're confident in the testing we did.
1, boosters in ignition, and liftoff of Artemis 1.
That teamwork carrying through to the Moog campus in Elma, where over 500 employees, from managers to engineers to technicians and machinists, have worked on the Artemis project, building devices called actuators for precise movement of the huge rocket engines on the SLS.
We build thrust vector control systems, which means we build the hardware that steers rockets. So we point the nozzles in the right direction, we point the rocket in the right direction, make sure it gets to wherever it needs to go, low Earth orbit, deep space exploration.
It's nice knowing that all my hard work goes up into space, like Joe said, and it's cool to know that you're helping improve the future of humanity and science in general.
And with these launches, Taylor Devices of North Tonawanda, best known for its seismic damper shock absorber devices to help cushion structures in earthquakes and high winds, developed that technology to precisely pull the launch pad umbilical cords away from the ascending rocket, as we heard from NASA managers who visited that company in 2023.
Those dampening systems help absorb the energy from that impact. Plays a critical role in the launch of the Space Launch System in the Orion spacecraft. And so we share that information when we visit companies like Taylor Devices and say, hey, what you do is incredibly important.
Taylor Devices also makes vibration control components to protect the crucial heat shield on the Orion capsule from the severe jolt of liftoff and those rocket engines, which produce up to 8.8 million pounds at maximum thrust as it climbs towards space and orbit. That shield needed to withstand up to 5,000 degrees in heat and make sure the astronauts survive that blazing re-entry plunge through Earth's atmosphere.
These devices that Taylor Devices produce for us, it's mounted between the OJAT panel and the crew module to make sure that it actually doesn't come in contact with the crew module and damage those very fragile tiles.
Yeah, in the old days of Apollo, once the bird left the pad, we could all breathe a sigh of relief. Now we have to worry about the entire mission.
There's a lot of stress and time put into ensuring our designs are going to succeed.
Coming out of University of Buffalo, I never dreamed I was going to be able to be part of the space program. And now 35 years later, I'm very, very proud to see us still in it.
On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.
Always commemorating Buffalo's history, Western New York's proud automotive heritage. This is Jim Sandoro. We are back at the Buffalo Transportation Pierce Arrow Museum. How you doing?
Wonderful, Kevin. Thank you.
Big year for Buffalo.
Big year. It's 125 years since the Pan American Exhibition. 9 million people came to Buffalo for that summer. President McKinley came to visit. We have the carriage similar to the one he rode in, a Brun carriage made in Buffalo. And his last ride was taken in the Brun carriage. Pierce Arrow, 125 years also. And we just got a 1902 Pierce. So it's a big celebration year for us. A lot of buses coming, over almost 150 buses. And people from all over the country recognize the great history we have here in Buffalo.
Okay, let me tell you something. I am not an automotive enthusiast, but I'm not a gearhead. I can't help but walk around here and just be stunned by the collection that you have. And this is more about automotive history. It's really about Western New York's history, and even Americana is represented here.
Yes, yeah. Buffalo was the richest city in the world in 1900. We had more millionaires per capita than any city in the whole world. And that's why you have those Delaware Avenue homes that had one family and now have 12 apartments. It was fabulous, fabulous area.
What's the reaction you get from people when they walk around here?
They're awestruck. I'm sort of awestruck. I walk around and I say, how did my wife and I ever accumulate all this stuff? You know, it's a labor of love for both of us.
Yeah, God bless your wife, too.
Yeah, thank you.
And your hours are expanding soon, starting this weekend.
Yes, yeah. We'll be open Friday and Saturday this week, 11 to 4, and starting next week, Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 4.
Awesome. Jim, appreciate it. Thanks
Thank you.
thanks for
Kevin.
thanks for spreading the word about Buffalo's proud automotive history. On your side at the Buffalo Transportation Pierce Arrow Museum, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
This is Dante a few years ago. This is Dante today, a high school junior. He's known as the King of Awesome. His mom says he's growing and thriving.
I'm really, really, really proud of the young man he's becoming.
He got an unofficial diagnosis at about 2, and his mom made sure to connect with available services. Over the years, Dante has participated in a wide range of therapies.
Equine therapy, art therapy, sensory therapies, music therapies.
He's diagnosed autism level 3, profound autism.
Decision making sometimes is hard in terms of knowing what's safe, what's not safe. Sensory issues can be challenging at times.
But he continues to defy expectations. He's quite verbal, even with a speech deficit. It's constant communication, even on car rides.
And what do we do when we're yellow and not so mellow? Calm down, ask a question.
While autism awareness has improved, Naylor says true acceptance still has a long way to go.
Families don't need pity, they don't need shame, they need support, and support looks different for all of us. Support can just be a listening ear.
And for Autism Awareness Month,
Dante decided to give a scholarship to children on spectrum and or their siblings.
He's raising money through 4 events.
We're hosting a fish fry, family-friendly Zumba event. April 19th, we're going to host a paint and play.
That's a sensory event. And at the end of the month, a mini golf event.
I try not to cry and get overwhelmed, but he's so amazing and always thoughtful to do something with and for the community. And I don't think I do a good job just yet communicating or uplifting his voice to show that he's the one leading that.
At Kenmore East High School,
Belgian motions to open business for the day.
All those in favor?
Appreciation from the Model UN team can't be contained.
He's on my Mount Rushmore of Kenmore East.
For the lessons they've learned from their teacher, Christopher Knabb.
Be who you are and always be prepared.
And about him.
One of those top teachers because he just knows how to engrave it in your mind without you even knowing.
All right, now caucus.
Knabb has been teaching here for 30 years.
I still love to do it, still love the kids, and I love the challenges and the obstacles and everything that comes with teaching.
Decades ago, he started the Model UN team.
My current principal was a freshman in high school, and he asked me if I would start the Model UN team at Kenmore East.
It became a team pushing education beyond the classroom.
They rose to the expectations year after year after year.
It's become a legacy. At the Western New York Model United Nations General Assembly, their team took home top honors this year for the 20th time.
The goal is to learn and grow and be successful because you tried hard. But when they realized they were going to win, they all put their arms around each other.
Like, I'm never going to forget it. It's imprinted in my mind.
A moment that's bittersweet.
Like a storybook, and it's perfect ending, I'd say.
As Knabb closes a chapter on his teaching career.
What I want to continue on, kids saying they were part of something big.
On your side in Tonawanda, Courtney Courtwright, Channel 2 News.
Firefighters here have dealt with animal rescue calls before. They rescued a cat about 30 years ago and most recently a horse. But this time it was another cat.
Call came in as an animal in the wall. I've been in there for 2 days and was wondering if there's anything we could do to help get him out of there.
This is Freya, a 5-year-old tortie with a knack for getting into things.
We did try a thermal imaging camera,
Correct.
And it would not pick up the small amount of body heat from the small cat. So we found out where it was, isolated a small area of drywall to be cut so we wouldn't ruin the person's whole walls, and it worked. Once we got that out of there, another one of our firemen got in there and grabbed the cat out.
Jessica took these pictures Sunday as the firefighter pulled Freya out of the wall. Freya was a house guest because Jessica's mom asked her to cat sit for a few days. Jessica's other cats have never gotten into the basement walls, but she shared some of Freya's backstory with me this afternoon, and it includes being rescued from a wall when she was a kitten.
A lot of things go through your mind when you're, cutting into the wall. You obviously got to be careful you don't hit the cat.
The house has been remodeled numerous times over the years. We didn't know, my concern was if we were going to hit more plumbing. We saw some plumbing there was electrical wires there, so we really had to watch ourselves. You don't know what's behind some of these houses. House was built in the 1800s.
It all worked out, and today Freya is back at home, relaxing like nothing happened. And it's a call these firefighters will never forget.
Prices averted. They bring it around.
They do need more volunteers, so if you're interested, you can go to the Springville Fire Company's website or Facebook page. On your side in Springville, Kelly Dudzik, Channel 2 News.
It was April 8th of 2011. Excitement filled the plaza outside KeyBank Center. Back then, Barack Obama was the president. New York Governor Kathy Hochul was running for Congress and singing a different tune.
I led the fight against giving illegal immigrants driver's licenses.
Back then, just as now, the Sabres were owned by Terry Pegula, but barely, as he had just purchased the team less than 2 months before. Then, as now, they were coached by Lindy Ruff, who later left and returned and now seeks to be the first coach to lead the team back into the postseason, well, since he did it in a delicious, ironic quirk of what goes around comes around. Since a time when we used BlackBerries, when Celino still had barns, when car dealers were huge, and so was Governor Chris Christie. Unlike in this current season of dominance, the Sabres back then were trying to back their way into the playoffs on what was their final home game of the season, and they invited 80 former players to join the party in what was their 40th season as a team.
Gilbert Perrault, René Robert,
who on that night carried the jersey of their departed French Connection line mate Rick Martin, who died only weeks before. Back then, backed by stars named Miller and Pominville, the Sabres beat the Philadelphia Flyers in overtime that night, sending the Sabres into the playoffs, sending the crowd into a frenzy, with none suspecting that the team was about to embark on a decade and a half of futility and the longest current playoff drought in the NHL. A decade and a half since a time when we were all 15 years younger.
At Watson's, chocolate isn't just a business. It's a tradition.
It's a fourth-generation family business for us, and we've had customers that have been shopping with us for at least 4 generations.
And the chocolate bunnies? A staple in Western New York Easter baskets for decades.
There's adults who buy the same things for their Easter baskets that the Easter Bunny gave them when they were little, so they make sure that they still fill their Easter baskets with the same favorite molds. And then there's, parents and grandparents and great-grandparents that want to continue making sure that everybody in the family gets the same Watson's Easter bunnies that they got.
But how do they go from this to this? Well, some hard work, care, and love from people like Victor Herrera, manager of molding.
So first we take the mold and we fill it with chocolate.
The bunnies are then shaken to ensure the chocolate is smooth and even before some of them are spun.
Then we'll place this on a spinner, and that'll give it a nice even coating until it sets.
And once they're a little dizzy, they move into a cooler to rest for about 15 minutes. Then Carrie begins to decorate. Each bunny is hand decorated, another Watson's specialty.
Decorating them the way we do, I think, is just something that sets us apart. There's a lot of great chocolate shops in Western New York, but we try and make ours special by every single one of them is decorated by hand.
And you can't forget about those eyes.
We try and just, add a little personality to all the bunnies. If it's just a chocolate mold, it's beautiful on its own, but having the chance to decorate it gives it, add a little bit of it to its story and give it some character.
It's not just bunnies either. They have all different shapes, animals, and objects made out of chocolate.
We have this awesome collection of everything from monkeys, bears, rabbits, lambs, ducks, sharks, fish, dolphins.
When it comes to making bunnies, the whole process takes about half an hour. But how many do they make a day?
On any given day right now and during this season, we'll make thousands of bunnies. We'll go through hundreds of pounds of chocolate.
All for the Easter Bunny to deliver in your Easter basket on Sunday.
Kevin O'Neill is live there this morning having a lot of fun. Kev, what you got there? Where are you?
Nothing. I've just been holding my nuts here for an hour, so we're waiting for the next opportunity to spring and talk to the people. So Melissa, I need you to pick the secret item. It could be the same thing, it could be a different thing. Okay. What we're going to do is look in people's bags, and if they have that item, then they win a prize.
Okay, so last hour we did butter lamb. Let's do horseradish.
horseradish as the secret item. Okay, we're gonna randomly pop up and surprise people. Hi, how are you? Oh, hi, nice to see you. Hi. Hi. Nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Don Paul, Channel 2.
Yeah, John Paul. How are you?
Okay. Can we see what's in your bag, lady?
You can.
Okay.
You can. I don't think I'm going to have it though.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's all right. Chocolate items.
I definitely have that.
No, we were looking for a horseradish. Was the secret
I
item.
see. I thought you were on the butter lamb
Thank
still.
you for playing. You do get the What's in Bag Lady home game.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy Dingus Day. She has her Pussy Willows ready to roll. Okay, let's surprise another random person. Hi, welcome to the game show nobody wants to be on.
Hi.
I'm Kevin O'Neill. Can we see what's in your bag, lady?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I work for customs.
She's so happy.
Dig down. Can you explain what's in here?
We got
Ooh.
lots of treats.
Macaroons. Okay. What else is in there?
We got Polish sausage, pierogies.
Okay.
We got peppers.
Okay.
And a butter lamb, of course.
A butter lamb, fantastic.
Yeah.
We're looking for horseradish.
Oh, I have it.
You do? Well, we can't give you the prize unless we see horseradish.
Oh, she's got the horseradish.
I'm sorry, but we need proof right away, ma'am.
We need proof.
No, it's okay. Take your time. There it is. There it is.
The beet horseradish.
The what horseradish?
Beets.
The beet horseradish, ladies and
horseradish.
gentlemen. We got the beets.
Awesome.
Congratulations. You've won these honey cashew nuts.
Thank you.
From BRS. Congratulations. Share them with loved ones.
I will.
On this Easter.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Buffalo, New York, Tonawanda.
What brings you to the
Tradition.
Fantastic.
Always.
And who are you here with?
I got my husband and my daughter.
Nice to see you. Happy Easter to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy Easter to you too. So,
And I watch you all the
I
time.
appreciate it. When did you start coming here?
Oh my gosh, when I was a little girl.
Yeah, so the tradition
My
lives
Italian
on.
grandmother used to bring us here.
Oh, fantastic.
See, tradition continues.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, and happy Easter to both all of you. Again, I don't have any prizes to give away, of course, but we could still surprise random people, like these people that don't want to be on television. Oh, of course. Oh, right over here. Hi.
Oh.
Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2. How are you?
Oh, Kevin, no,
We're giving
no,
prizes.
no,
We're giving prizes to people with green hair. Oh, hi.
there.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Can we
to
see what's in your bag?
Sure. We got some hyacinths and some tulips.
So fantastic. We're looking for hyacinths and tulips. We were looking for daffodils. I'm sorry. Thank you for playing. What's in your bag, lady, will be back streaming next hour with a different secret item.
Yes, we'll have to ask for, I don't know, Pussy Willows or Plotzik or any of the Polish sausage next. Kevin, can we keep going? I'm having way too much fun. Find somebody else who doesn't want to be on TV.
Sure. Absolutely. Hi, nice to see you. How I'm doing wonderfully. Nice to see you. How you doing? Hi, thank you for joining us. How are you? They're in the bunny protection program. Can we get you guys lined up? Where are you? Are you from Springville?
Yes, we are.
I knew that. You know how I knew that?
How'd you know that?
There's a shirt right here. What's your name?
Tommy.
You are?
Seamus.
You are?
Lewis.
You are?
Mary.
And you are?
I'm Jack.
And what relation are you to these fine people?
I'm the Mima.
You're the Mima.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think about, when I'm a grandpa, what am I going to pick? Am I going to go with Papa? Am I going to be a grandpa? I'm going to be, give me
anything you want.
Maybe I'll be
Mima's
Mima. Why are you here?
We are here to enjoy all the things Polish today. That's what we want.
Are you Polish yourself?
I am.
Are you guys having a good time?
Yeah.
When you guys have your kids, I want you guys to bring your kids here, and guess what? I'll still be doing live shots.
From the ice to outer space and right back to Bill's Mafia love, Western New York has plenty to cheer about this week. Keep celebrating with us on News to Celebrate. We'll see you next time.